Welcome to Atlanta. Crisis Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the black party that's gonna have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior YAHANNA.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King YAHWH, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. SHALAM.
Shalom. This year for the 56th annual Passover, Commanding Junior YAHANNA will be offering babysitting services for free for anyone that pays their $200 Passover fee. For paid babysitting and registration for babysitting, please contact Officer Yardan at 773-970-4343. Shalom.
To be honest and let you know that I screamed a little bit when I heard you say what's up, baby. Ah, man, like what are we gonna do? Because this is torture.
Just call my camp leader and request me. Just call my camp leader and request me. Just call my camp leader and request me. Call my camp leader and request me. Just call my.
From a spark to a flame, it burns bright. Like the feeling when you finally got my name right. Like a star in the dark, you provide light. Yeah, this could turn into something if we align right. I see you trying to change your life cause you want better. What I'm convinced in 6 months better is together. A story written for the ages, so in this short time, let's be open books. Explore pages like, are you down through all the changes? Jah finds out I'm an Israelite. I lose wages, how about the times and every month when you change phases? And after that, getting your cheeks clapped in different places. Matter of fact, I tell you now, you'll need leg braces. Cause after camp, do benevolence, sensations. And after camp, excavations and temptations. Move that damn hand, girl, that's a violation. Can you follow orders, I wonder? Cause when I'm mad, my voice sound like thunder. It's all love, my pretty dove, just want you to be something that I'm proud of. It's my job to correct, so never disrespect. A white rose, you want to be chose, I'ma hit your camp leader, see how it goes, and pray that he don't oppose, cause that's how this old UPK thing goes. Decently and in order so we escape woes. You really do impress me, and now I can't wait until your spirit reflects me. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you accept me, and take the steps to call my camp leader and
just
request me.
Call my camp leader and request me. Call my camp leader and request me. Just call my.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited. Oh wee, yeah, I'm getting excited. Yeah, I did hear that music.
Man, your boy
Pastor Troy going all the way up with you, man. You already know. Friday, April 11th at the atrium. Yeah, man. Doors open at 8 p.m. You already know. We're going from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., man. You already know it's going all the way down. Your boy Pastor Troy, DJ Jelly performing live. And then we getting out there, man, Saturday, yeah, April 12th. It's going all the way down for the Passover. Yeah, man, you already know. At the Marriott Marquis downtown. Yeah, man, we're going from 5 p.m. to midnight. You already know. Hosted by Commander General YAHANNA. Your boy Pastor Troy is going to be in the building, man. Y'all boys holler.
Friday. You already know it's April the 11th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the infamous classic atrium. I.S.U.P.K presents the All-Black Party with live performances by
Never see another
King
nigga like
Ty.
this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night.
144. Nakawan.
Snitching in the act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated.
Sean.
If I'm more, right, that's good business.
Natazai.
We in the game, coach. Fuck you talking, hey?
Special guest from China Monet and Georgia's own Pastor Troy. 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. You already know. ISUPK.com. Shalom.
If I told you go to hell, would you tell I cursed?
Hey, she gonna get style. We're going, Breeze.
Hey, style, what's going on? I don't want.
Everything too wild.
What's wrong?
But that Passover demon is something else, huh?
How you say that?
You'll see. I go knock on right there.
Oh shit.
Hey, Shalom, stop.
Hey,
Stop.
style. What's going on? I don't want.
Y'all paid y'all Passover fee?
Nah, I pay mine in a couple weeks. Probably about 2-3 weeks.
I paid half of it, man.
Half of it.
Con.
2-3 weeks, huh?
Shalom. The I.S.U.P.K. Washington, D.C. School under Commander General YAHANNA now has a call-in hotline for any and every question that you may have about the Bible. Unlike the Christian church, we are here to teach the truth about the Bible. Call in and get your questions answered from the real priests and prophets of the Lord. Call 202-989-1950. That's 202-989-1950. Shalom.
All right, let's clap it up. Shalom, Yahaba Shem Yahshua Barakatham to all the Akim Yahashua Shema by Shem Yahshua to all the Akwathian with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Sarah 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, and the truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews, that our oppressor, the white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. You know what I'm saying? If it's not under Commander General YAHANNA, it's not the truth. We are not affiliated with any other Christian church or Hebrew Israelite pagan group. 1 West is home of the truth. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Cap says, white man's the devil. That's it. That's all of it. Tonight we're going to be talking about loyalty. Loyalty. The importance of it, you know what I'm saying? What you get and what you get when you're loyal, and what you get when you disloyal. You disloyal. What did Denzel say? You disloyal something or another. You know, it was a good one. It was a good line if I can remember it. but loyalty is everything, man. If I see that you're not loyal, man, I'm gonna look at you. You know what I'm saying? If you still around, because they're. Let's get into it. Let's get into some examples. You know what I'm saying, of loyalty. If anybody has any questions in the room, just go ahead and raise your hand. If you have any questions in the chat, type it in. Or if you want to call in, you know what I'm saying, you can call in and we can talk about it. If it's on a topic or if it's another topic, we can easily do that. But first, I'm gonna light this fire.
That's right.
Man, this never gets old. This never gets old. Not for me, at least. It never gets old. Also, we are less than a week. Is it? We're about a week away.
1 week.
We're about a week away from the Passover. You know what I'm saying? We're about a week away from the Passover. And less than a week away from the Hebrew Academy trials. I want to give a shout out to all the Akim that went through the Hebrew Academy and made it all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying? That was fortunate enough to make it all the way to the end. I had the endurance and the fortitude to make it all the way to the end. I just want to let you know that it is not over yet. You ain't done. I'm congratulating you on getting through, you know what I'm saying, the weeks and months of trials and tribulations. Well, you have one last trial to go through. And then if you are you're able to stand at the end, you'll be able to get, you get yourself one of these spiffy covers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll be able to get you one of these. I'm wearing this in honor of the brothers who made it all the way to the trials. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, just because I'm gonna let you know, just because you made it to the trials doesn't mean you're a lock, you're a shoe-in. You know what I'm saying? It does not mean that. I remember Captain Parr was telling me when he was going through. Not funny, but it is funny. You know what I'm saying? It's not funny, but it is funny. You feel me? When he was going through, he went through with a whole ton of brothers, right? Got all the way to the trials, and they decided, you know what? These brothers ain't ready. We're gonna continue on going, and the end is nowhere in sight. You know what happened? You know what happened? All them brothers quit and left the truth. They didn't just quit.
I did hear about
they
that.
They didn't just quit the Hebrew Academy. They quit the truth. Them disloyal bastards. They quit the truth because they thought that once you get to the Passover coming up, you have the trials. They thought wrong. They proved to the generals and the captains and the officers that was above them that they could not endure to the end. They could not endure to the end, and so they quit. The only person that was survived to the end of that class was Captain Parr. I mean, he's still here to this day. You know what I'm saying? Let's give Captain Parr a hand. Yep. But that's what this whole thing is about. You know what I'm saying? Enduring unto the end. You know what I'm saying? Not abandoning your king. He's the one who paid the price for you to be able to endure to the end. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be no enduring. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be born into it. You just have to be born into it. Because a ton of us, had no idea what this was all about. A ton of us had no idea what this was about, and by the time we figured out, what this was about, by the time we figured out what it was about, if Christ hadn't come back, there wouldn't have been no grace. Why? Because we missed all the Passovers. You know what I'm saying? We broke a ton of laws. That would have said, we'd have been kicked out of the congregation. We wouldn't have been able to come into the congregation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know about that. Kind. But because Christ was the sacrifice for us, because Christ was a sacrifice for us, we're able to endure to the end, have another chance, and endure to the end.
Right.
That's the only way I was able to get this cover. You know what I'm saying? I had the chance to get this cover.
Right.
How the way Barack had a chance to get his cover. You know what I'm saying? How all the men before us, you know what I'm saying, had a chance to get their cover. You know what I'm saying? One day I was watching Commander General YAHANNA, he had his cover on. I was like, man, he flexing, he don't even know he's flexing.
Mm-hmm.
He had his cover on and it said 19. I'm like, yo. If you don't know, it has a year that we graduate the Hebrew Academy, you know what I'm saying? And his says 19. That was the first time I seen the 19.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Well, we got anything online?
Got some sign-ins. That's it. We got some sign-ins online.
Most High in Christ. Let's get to some loyalty and some disloyal ass bastards. We're going well, disloyal.
Yeah, I looked it up.
You look it up?
Oh yeah.
You gonna do this to me? Right? All right, so let's start in John. Let's start in John. Let's go to chapter 13 and start at 21.
I got it whenever you're ready.
13 and 21. All right, go ahead.
The book of John, chapter 13, verse 21. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit.
Hold on, wait. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Read from the top one more time.
The book of John, chapter 13, verse 21. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit and testified and said.
And testified is it's not some Christian church how the way you testify. Oh, I testify. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he made a declaration. He's saying what's going to happen. He's saying matter of factly. You know what I'm saying? This is quote unquote gospel. This is going to happen, right? Let's keep reading.
And said, verily, verily,
surely,
I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me.
One of you is going to be what do you say? Foolhardy, you disloyal, foolhardy, disloyal. One of you is going to be disloyal, right? Keep reading. So okay, block it real quick. What's going on is this is the Passover. You know how long it took me to know that this is the Passover? Now, I heard this story growing up in the church. I had no idea that this was the Passover, which means Christ was celebrating the Passover or observing the Passover. And a Christian church never celebrates the Passover. They don't know what in the world the Passover is. They don't tell you what the Passover is, right? But right here, this setting is this setting is the Passover, and he's gathered with all his disciples and there's a couple other people there as well. But he's saying to them, look, this is what's gonna happen. One of y'all is gonna betray me. What's going on? Okay. He's saying one of you is gonna betray me. And then the disciples looking around like, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Let's keep reading.
Verse 22. Then the disciples looked one on another.
They looking at each other like, what?
Doubting of whom he spake.
Yeah. And what?
Doubting of whom he spake.
Like, hold on. Who is it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? It can't be me. Is it you? Are you the disloyal bastard? Right?
Don't talk about me.
Let's keep reading.
Verse 23. Now there was leaning on Jesus' bosom one of his disciples.
Okay, keep reading.
Whom Jesus loved.
Now I heard this breakdown in the Christian church, and they are so Leviticue about this. You know what I'm saying? When they said, it says, one of the disciples looked up. Now there was leaning on Jesus' bosom one of his disciples. Christian church says like this nigga was leaning on Christ's chest. That's the breakdown that they gave me. You know what I'm saying? That's the breakdown that they gave me. When I said it in Sabbath service, us learning Christianity is like us learning to break dance from that Australian breakdancer. You know what I'm saying? She looks stupid. You know who I'm talking about? You haven't seen the breakdancer from the Olympics? No? Oh man, you got to see that. You got to see that. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Just imagine we're learning how to break dance from her. You ever seen an Edomite who just have any type of rhythm trying to dance and do a dance and it is all wrong? Okay, so I know you've seen what the Beyonce TikTok dance and whatnot. You've seen Edomites doing it, right? And you see them mess it all the way up, right? Now imagine, okay, so you see how the way we do it, and then you see how the way they do it. Imagine we're learning how to do that from them. How ridiculous we would look. That's how we look when we learn Christianity from any church. I don't care if it's a black face that's teaching from the pulpit. I don't care if it's a so-called Latino face that's teaching from the pulpit, or so-called Native American Indian face that's teaching from a pulpit. It's all they're learning from our oppressor. Right. And whatever they learn from our oppressor, we look like clowns learning it from them. Now, have you ever heard a frustrated mother who has, really young kids, and they say, damn, I can't even go to the bathroom because they on my tit all the time? Are they really, like, literally hanging off the mother's bosom? Like, literally. No, that means they're all up under her. Always around her, always by her. That's what this means. It means just this dude just didn't want to leave, from around Christ. That's what it means. He laid on his bosom. Has nothing to do with this LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Leviticus. You get it? Yeah. Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. As you can see, it's probably a breakdown Sakari gives because they get pegs. That's right. But that's what it means when it says he was laid up, on Christ's bosom. He was just around him all the time. Whenever you seen Christ, you seen this dude because he was always there. That's it. Let's keep reading.
Oh, God. Verse 24. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him.
So he called to him. He was like that dude who was always around Christ, because Christ just laid a bomb on him. We all seen miracles. We all seen Christ perform miracles, and there's no way from everything that we've seen, no way we're gonna betray him. There's no way. So he's like, hey man, even though Peter is Christ's right hand man, he called to this dude who was always over there, who was always around him, right? He called him like, hey, come over here. Let me holler at you for a hot second. Keep reading.
That he should ask who it should be of whom he spake.
So he was like, hey man, yo, go ask Christ. Go ask Yahushua, who is the one that's gonna betray him. If anybody knows, if anybody that could find out, is you. You know what I'm saying? Because you always over there. If he's going to confide in anybody, he's going to confide in you. So go over there, just ask him. Just ask him real quick, who is going to be the betrayer? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to betray Christ? Right? Let's keep reading.
Verse 25. He then, lying on Jesus' breast, said unto him.
Now,
Lord.
again, I have to bring this out because there's a whole ton of people that follow people who either who is in the Leviticus group. You know what I'm saying? Who likes to take pegs. You know what I'm saying? who puts eyeliners on their lip, on their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Who does questionable things. When he says he's lying on his breast, he was just around him. He was just around him, right? He was all up under him. You know. Let's keep reading. Okay, so here's another example. Nah, let's keep reading.
He then lying on Jesus' breast saith unto him, Lord, who is it?
So he's like, yo, who this nigga? Who is it? You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't know, these are some soldiers. These are some soldiers. If there's any hint of mutiny or whatnot, they will be like, hey, we can handle this. We can handle this right quick. There's no way we're gonna let any hurt or harm come to you by the hands of some disloyal bastard. No. Who is this? Right? Keep reading.
Verse 26. Jesus answered, He it is, to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas
Iscariot,
the son of Simon.
So this Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon, is not Simon Peter, right? But it is Judas Iscariot. He just flat out was like, hey man, it's that nigga Judas. You ain't know? Oh, you ain't know? It's Judas. What's up? You had something?
There's some comments online participation. A couple minutes ago to the scripture we was just reading. Akira 76 says, Salah sir, they make everything freaky and homo. Let me see. All Waja Bungad says, Salah Yadawan. Her moves look like controlled broken limbs, breakdance for real, talking about the Olympic that white lady or whatever.
Yeah.
And Akira 76 just said to the scripture, like we say in the hood, why are you pressing me? Not literally touching me, but all of my business, as far as the being up underneath Christ. I believe that's what she was referring to.
Yeah. Why you up under me? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They're not literally physically under them, but they always around. You know what I'm saying? To that chick, I don't know her name, but she was terrible.
You talking about the Olympic?
The Olympic chick,
she
was terrible.
I was
terrible, and oh my goodness,
had to be a joke.
That's what everybody thought. It was a joke. And how in the hell she got to the Olympics? How'd she get that damn far?
To represent the country.
To represent the whole country. The whole country to embarrass herself. And the thing is, she wasn't embarrassed. She was definitely not embarrassed. She was not ashamed. You know what I'm saying? They should have made her walk the streets and people throw cabbages and tomatoes at her and yell shame with the bell walking behind her. Shame. She should have been shamed, but she wasn't. She was terrible. So just imagine if we had to learn how to dance from her. But that's how we look like when we talk about Christianity. Hallelujah. There's a commercial on the radio about this. I don't know who, I believe it's a sister who's talking about kind of like woman empowerment. She was like, you can do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. Don't let people, bring you down or whatnot. I'm like, all right, okay, whatever. And then she, people are cheering and she was like, yeah, praise God. And every single time I hear that, I just start to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're praising Satan. Really? You have no idea. You have no idea. The scripture says, you know not who you worship. We know who we worship. Let's keep reading.
Right. And when he had dipped the
wait, hold on. Yeah. So that's another thing. There's another important piece when going through going to the Passover. There's certain things that we have to adhere to. That is, having roasted lamb, having some unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying? And some sop to go with it. Some sop with mixed with bitter herbs. Trust me when I tell you, y'all gonna love it. It's gonna be your first Passover, sis. Man, y'all gonna love it.
kind of fresh.
Y'all gonna love it.
I'm right.
So right here, Christ is showing you that he was actually at the Passover. That's the sop that he was scooping up and giving to the traitorous bastard Judas. Right? Let's keep reading.
All right. Verse 27. And after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Jesus unto him, that thou doest, do quickly.
Okay, so let's break that down real quick. Let's break that down real quick. It says, and after the sop, after he was like, I'm gonna hand the sop to the nigga who gonna betray me, right? And he handed it to Judas, right? And then it says Satan entered into him, and then Christ said, whatever you're gonna do it fast, man. Do it fast. Now, Christianity will have you believe, you know what I'm saying? You ever seen Ghost, the movie Ghost? With like showing my age. Okay. Anybody seen like shoot.
Like Ghost Rider?
Nah. Nah. Like, okay, so anybody has seen like a ghost movie where they like possess, somebody, right? They'll do like some something like, once they get possessed, they're like, oh, or like the hair, wind will start blowing. Oh, they get possessed. That's what they have you believe, what just happened, right? When really in actuality, someone tells you that you about to do some foul stuff. What you gonna do? In front of everybody, not just one-on-one, in front of everybody. What you gonna do? You gonna buck up. You know what I'm saying? You gonna buck up. That's what's really happening. Satan came into his ear and was like, hey, you gonna take that from him? You done did all these things for him. You know what I'm saying? You done did all these things with him. You was right there with him, and you gonna take that from him? That's how Satan entered. You know what I'm saying? That's how Satan entered him, and he bucked up. So he says, you know what? He's seen what was going on. There was a time where I said this in Hebrew Academy. There was a time where Command General YAHANNA was here at camp, and this one dude. There was two people that it was like almost immediately. One brother came up against the camp and started talking crap. So it was like as soon as Command General YAHANNA got on the mic, he started talking that stuff, right? And then right behind him, like a minute later, some other dude started talking some crap. He was on this side, he was talking crap, and then he got to the other side, and it kind of looked like he was just going to continue walking. But he stopped, and then I'm on this side. He stopped, and then he kind of like did like this, and I saw the interaction between him and the demon. Like I saw it. I saw he was like, you know what, I ought to do this. And then he's like contemplating for a half a second, and then I see how the way he agreed with the demon. It was like, yeah, I'm going to go and do that. Like I seen it. That's what Christ said. And then he commenced to coming over and kicking over the sign, and you know what I'm saying, kicking over the sign. And that day Christ was really with him because he walked away, flipped the table and everything, kicked the sign, flipped the table, and that's something you ought not to do. Anybody who comes up against the camp and we say something that you don't like, do not physically attack us. I pray you understand.
Right.
I pray you do not do that. I'm asking you kindly from the bottom of my heart, do not do that. You know what I'm saying? He did that. And the Lord was with him because he was able to walk home on his own volition. But what I'm saying is to say this is you can see when that demon has entered, that person, or when that demon leaves that person.
Right.
You can see that as well.
Right.
Christ seen that. He was inept in seeing that type of stuff. So he seen that. He was like, all right, okay. Now that you're here, now we're on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, do it. Whatever you're gonna do, just do that stuff quickly. Let's keep reading.
Verse 28. Now no man at the table knew for what intent he spake this unto him.
Even though he done said, he's gonna betray him, but they don't know what he was talking about. So let's keep reading.
For some of them thought, because Judas had the bag, that Jesus had said unto him.
So when they said he had the bag, this is kind of the same type of slang that we're using right now. You know what I'm saying? He had the money. He had the money. Right? So this is what everybody else was thinking. Keep reading.
That Jesus had said unto him, buy those things that we have need of against the feast. Or that he should give something to the poor.
So this is the thing that they were thinking. Like, since he was, in charge of the money, he had the money bag, he had the bag. They was thinking, hey, Christ was telling him, just go and grab some more stuff for the feast, or something that he always did, give to the poor. This is what all the other disciples was thinking. Keep reading.
Verse 30. He then, having received the sop, went immediately out, and it was night.
So he was like, you know what? All right, he did what Christ said. What are you gonna do? Go and do it quick. He got his hind parts up and left and did what he was going to do. Let's read this next verse.
Verse 31. Therefore, when he was going out, Jesus said, now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him.
So he said, now the Son of Man is glorified. What does that mean when he's saying this? Anybody have a guess? Anything online?
Nothing just yet.
All right. So basically, he's saying like, basically the what do you say? We're in the end game. We're in the end game now. The domino has fell. He's supposed to, start the end. He is now going out to betray me, have me arrested, have me, tortured, and then have me put to death. So that's what he's saying. Now the Son of Man is about to be glorified. Right? Drop that. Let's go to another account. Let's go to another account of the same incident. Go in Matthew 26. Matthew 26. Now, before we get to Matthew 26, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down how the way niggas talk. All right. I'm gonna let you know what's being said, how the way niggas talk. It may get a little vulgar because niggas a little vulgar every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Especially when y'all breaking bread. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all breaking bread. We're breaking bread at a time where we're celebrating the Most High, doing away with African babies. That's exactly what he did. Why the Passover is here. You know what I'm saying? He did away with African babies and horses and goat and sheep and servants and young pharaohs. You have some?
You got a question online?
Let's hear it.
Sidebar from the topic.
No sweat. Let's hear it.
Young man DeCarlo Hicks says, Salakia, sir, can you break down Mark chapter 7, verse 14 through 20? The Christian church used this to say God made pork clean and we can eat it.
Mark 7, 14 through 20. They say, so they use this to hold on.
I think it's the scripture that says what goes into thy bosom or something of that nature. It's not what proceedeth in thy mouth would defile thee, what comes out of thy mouth defiles thee. And now the whole law is done away with. And, going to eat all the vermins of the land.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Let's do, before we get there, let's just give them a quick cut. Deuteronomy 28, 60, 28. And 1. Just a quick cut. I'm gonna give you a breakdown on that. I just want to just give them a quick cut.
You said Deuteronomy what?
Let's do 15, 28 and 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou will hearken, Salaki, if thou will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Okay, so Deuteronomy is showing, is after the Most High gave us all the laws. You know what I'm saying? He gave us dietary law. You know what I'm saying? He gave us work law. He gave us, laws to celebrate high holy days. He gave us laws how to treat one another. He gave us laws on when you're clean and when you're not clean. You know what I'm saying? It is actually a law that says you have to wash your hind parts before you come in the temple. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no African. It ain't no Edomite. You know that. You just know that. So this is the rewards and the punishments of breaking the laws, right? So it says read that from the top one more time.
But it shall come to pass.
This will happen.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you don't listen, right? If you do not listen, keep going.
To observe.
To recognize these laws. That's number one. Keep going.
To do.
And to do. To observe and to do. So you have to first recognize that you can't eat pork. And then you have to actually do it, not eat pork. So it's not enough to know it and not do it. You have to not do it and know it, right? Let's keep going. To observe and to do.
Oh.
Some.
Oh.
Just a few.
Oh.
Only the ones that you pray over.
Oh.
Keep going.
His commandments. And his statutes. Which I command thee this day.
He didn't suggest it. He commanded it. He said we're going to do this. Keep going.
That all these curses shall come upon thee.
All these curses are going to happen to us. Keep going.
And overtake thee.
And overtake you. What does it mean to overtake you? You trying to run. You trying to run from it. So you code switch. You know what I'm saying? So you cut your beard and you cut your hair and you wear glasses and you talk without the bass in your voice. You know what I'm saying? You wear tight pants and you pander to the people in power. Once you actually get out of the hood, because that could be, that might be enough to get you out of the hood. Whenever you go to, wherever, these curses are going to overtake you. That's what it means to overtake. They're going to chase you down. DMX got out of the hood. He still had demons on him, so much so that he OD'd on drugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sam Cooke, y'all know he was a singer way back in the day. He was out of the hood. And he died in the hood. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on. People who try to run from the curses. The curse is going to overtake you. It's going to chase you down and overtake you, right? So when a Christian church says, it's all right to eat pork, start there. You know what I'm saying? But let's go to where the brother was talking about. Matthew, what was it?
Mark.
Mark what?
Book of Mark, chapter 7, starting at verse 14, ending at verse 20.
All right, let's do 7:14. Let's go.
The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 14. And when he had called all the people unto him, let me make sure. Right. When he had called all the people unto him, he said unto them, hearken unto me, every one of you, and understand.
Hold on one second. Okay, we'll read that from the top one more time.
The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 14. And when he had called all the people unto him, he said unto them, hearken unto me, every one of you, and understand.
Okay, so listen and understand. Everybody come over here, sit your hind parts, listen and understand. Let's go.
There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him.
So, all right, yeah. So it says nothing, man. That is so false. That is so false. There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him. Is Gorilla Hebrew defiled?
I knew it.
Is Gorilla Hebrew defiled?
They got excited over this scripture. Up in that organization.
What?
They say, sir.
Is Gorilla Hebrew defiled? Something that was out of him went into him. Is he defiled? Yes, he is defiled. Okay. That's not what this is talking about. Okay, so if they think that that means anything, you know what I'm saying, including pork, ask them, is Gorilla Hebrew defiled? A man who gets bent over by his woman and have an object rammed into him over and over. Why? What did your Muhammad say? Beard down, ass up.
Beard down.
Beard down, ass up. You think that's not defiled?
That's crazy,
man. Yeah, that is crazy. How in the blue hell can you actually pair this scripture up with, you know, some pegatry, pegonomics? You know what I'm saying? No. Yo, these people are crazy. These people are crazy. Let's keep reading. So it said, you know, all right, let's keep reading.
But the thing which come out of him, those are they that defile the man.
So those are they that defile the man. So he's saying, you know, you can eat pork because it is not what comes in you, is what comes out of you, right? Let's keep reading.
If any man have ears to hear, let him hear.
This doesn't mean if you don't have ears, you don't understand. This means if you understand this, if you have some sort of understanding, understand this, right?
Verse 17. And when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asked him concerning the parable.
Okay.
And he saith unto them, are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him?
So he's saying, nigga, y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about? Y'all don't understand what's without the man? That, you know, anything that enters him cannot defile him. Y'all don't know this? Y'all don't know this? Right? So this is what he's saying to the disciples. Let's keep reading.
Verse 19. Because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the drop, purging all meats.
So what he's saying is anything that is not something that you're eating, you know what I'm saying, but it's something that you're internalizing. Like the bed is undefiled, so a man could be pegged by his wife. That's what defiles him. You know what I'm saying? Even let's get this clear. Even fantasizing about it, you're defiled. Why? Because it's going in you, and it's saying it goes into your heart. When it says it goes into your heart, it's talking about the brain, the mind. You're thinking about it all the time. To the point where you Google or you go on Amazon and you click on, you know, you type in whatever monstrosity that you type in to get the thing that you want to get. And then you hit add to cart. Or I don't even know if he had the one click, you know, he had that one click. So he didn't, you know, he couldn't change his mind. Like, go ahead, hurry up and buy it and order it. Hurry up and buy it and order it. Right? Let's keep reading.
Verse 20. And he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defiled of the man.
So when he says that comes out of the man, it's them texts, it's them conversations that he had with his woman. Like, hey, I think you should do this. I think you should do this to me. I want to be not me. This is Gorilla Hebrew. Gorilla Hebrew saying to his woman, he wants to be beard down, ass up.
That's nasty.
Yes. And you think it went You think it went in that other end first? I'm pretty sure it went in his mouth. He was defiled. He was defiled. Now, since we on this topic, now let me break it down. Old school One West. When they say this, go back up to, was it 15? Go back up to 15.
Mm-hmm.
When they ask you this and they break this down to you, ask them this. Read it again.
Verse Mark chapter 7 and 15. There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him.
So what they're saying, that they're using that as an argument to say we can eat pork, we can eat shrimp, we can eat crab, we can eat lobster, we can eat squid, we can eat octopus. We can do all that stuff. That's what we can eat. Rat, possum, coon. You know what I'm saying? You can eat all that stuff, right? If that's true, then they say, how about that baby? Why don't you go ahead and eat that baby? Not a baby cow, not a baby rat, not a baby goat, a human baby. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and grab you a human, a person, and eat that. It's not going to defile you, right? Right? It's not going to defile you. Nah, yeah, boom. It's not going to defile you, so eat that person. Eat that person. Tell them to eat a person.
Right.
They want to eat pork so much. Why are you stopping at pork? Eat people. Eat people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to be like, oh, you being ridiculous. No, you being ridiculous. The Most High says don't eat pork, don't eat pork. Most High also said don't eat people. You ain't eating people.
Right.
But you just said, anything that goes in your, you don't defile. Anything that goes in your mouth won't defile you is what comes out, right? So eat a person. And they were like, well, it's illegal. Okay, well, if it was legal, would you eat it?
Mm-hmm.
Would you eat people?
Yep.
Actually, there's a I want to say there's an island over there where like Australia is. Papua New Guinea. They eat people. In particular, they eat, people's brain. In particular. And how the way they figured this out is that there was go figure. There's people who died of some disease, and then they cut over their head and they eat the brain, and then those people get those disease, and they couldn't figure out why they get the disease. They couldn't figure out why they get disease. I say, man, just leave them be. Let them keep doing it and die out. How they say Darwin? Darwinism, survival of the fittest. Only the strong survive. Just stay in your little island. No one can come in, no one can come out until all your generations are done. You're stupid. You're stupid.
Right.
So ask them that. If it was legal, would you eat people? And if they say yes, that should be your last conversation with them.
Yep.
Because there's no reasoning with them. There's no reasoning.
Yep.
There's no reasoning with them. And if they say no, then why would you eat? Why would you eat? Why are you stopping at just pork? Go ahead and eat people.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and do that.
That's right.
While you're at it, get the strap and put that in your mouth too, because it doesn't defile you. Just as long as it doesn't come out. So you have to swallow it and make sure it don't come out. Be swallowed up, like the bishop says. Come on, man. Don't shake your head. Like the bishop said. All right. I pray that answers your question. If it doesn't, just let me know. Type it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If that answers your question or not, or if you need me to elaborate more. Let's go to Matthew 26.
Matthew 26. Okay.
Matthew 26 and 21.
And 21?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Go to 19.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 19. And the disciples did as Jesus had appointed them. And they made ready the Passover.
And they made ready the Passover. Again, you know how long it took? I had to be in here in order to find this out. Christ celebrated the Passover. And he ordered the disciples to make ready the Passover, right? Let's keep reading.
Verse 20. Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12. And as they did eat, he said, verily, I say unto you.
Surely I say unto you.
That one of you shall betray me.
Now, one of you shall betray me. Now, verily I say unto you, one of you shall betray me. Now, the Christian churches have you believe, like, all right, he just sat down and then all of a sudden, what? Like he's hearing voices. What did you say? Huh? Someone here is going to betray me? Nah. Nah, he knew what was going on. He knew what was going on. Why? Because he rode with these brothers for 3 years. Everywhere he went, they went. So he knew who was a snake in the grass. He knew who was the loyal one. He knew who was the lazy one. He knew who was the one who was very thorough and could get into the weeds of the thing. He knew the one who wanted to fight. You know, you just had to calm down. We're about to get into that. And he knew who's a disloyal fool ass nigga, right? So he said it to everybody like, all right, this is my last Passover. One of y'all gonna betray me. You got something? Oh, no sweat. It's not a problem. If you had a question, this is the place that get it answered. You know what I'm saying? No sweat. Rock, let's go.
Verse 22. And they were exceeding sorrowful.
So they was like, damn, one of us. This is Matthew's account of what's going on. It was like, damn, one of us gonna betray him. Let's keep going.
And began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I?
I'm like, yo, who is it? Is it me? Who is it? Nah, is it me? Is it me? Keep going.
And he answered and said, he that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me.
So he like, they getting up that sop. I'm telling you, that sop is gonna be something special. If you don't know, no problem. You're about to find out. That sop is gonna be something special. But he's like, the nigga who dips his hand in with me, that's the one who's gonna do it. I told you I was gonna break it down like now the way niggas talk. You know what I'm saying? So this is what he said, right? It's gonna get more raw. Y'all didn't know that Christ, was an austere man. Christ was an austere man. He's gonna say something very, very harsh that you ain't gonna learn in the church, right? Let's keep reading.
Verse 24. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him.
So he says the Son of Man goes as it is written of him. So he already knew what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it was written. This is my last Passover. This is my last few days on earth right now before I get red rummed. Let's keep reading.
But woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed.
He's like, all right, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because it was written. But this nigga who betrayed me. What's that? That Glorilla challenge? Y'all. That's what he's saying. But woe, destruction unto this Lord.
This low. Oh gosh.
Disloyal
for a bitch
made nigga. Disloyal fool ass Mitch made nigga. All right.
That's what I gotta go.
Yeah. But woe unto him. Keep reading.
It had been good for that man if he had not been born.
His mama should have swallowed him. That's what he's saying. This bitch ass nigga, He should have swallowed him because what I'm about to go through is written. But this disloyal bastard, you know what I'm saying? That he's seen me do all these miracles, and he has the nerve to go and betray me. The nerve, you know what I'm saying? Like it's written that I had to go, but you didn't have to be a disloyal bastard. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to be a bitch made nigga. Salakia. You ain't have to do that. It was better if you wasn't born. It's better if your mama swallowed you. It'd have been better. You're a waste of space. You're a waste of air. What's that?
You were a mistake.
You were a mistake. It's better if you wasn't even here. Now that's powerful coming from, you know what I'm saying, the savior of Israel. And he knows who Christ is. He's seen all the things that Christ did. You know what I'm saying? And Christ says that about you. Now, he didn't betray him yet, but he was like, I know what you're going to do. And I wish you was never born. That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Let's keep reading.
Verse 25. Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I?
Hey, nigga, you know it. You know why you playing in my face, yo? Why you playing in my face? Master, is it I? You see this nigga right here? Master, is it I? Come on, man. Why you playing in my face? Come on.
He said unto him, Thou hast said.
He was like, hey,
you said it.
You said what you said. You said what you said. Stop playing with me. He probably. I don't know if he was like, yeah, nigga, looking dead in his eye, like, yeah, you said what you said, or if he even give him the courtesy and just was just talking to him sideways. You said what you said it, nigga. You said it. Curse be your mother who bore you. I don't like you. I ain't even like looking at you. Why are you still here? Well, why are you still here? Get up out of here. Get gone. Right? Let's keep reading.
Verse 26. And as they were eating, Jesus took bread and blessed it and broke it and gave it to the disciples and said,
all right, that's enough of that. Let's get Matthew 16 and 17.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 17. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven.
Salakia. Hold that. We're going to get John 18 and 10. John 18 and 10.
The book of John, chapter 18 and verse 10. Then Simon Peter, having a sword,
hold on, let's go up. Let's go up. Let's start at 1.
Book of John, chapter 18 and verse 1. When Jesus had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Cedron, where was a garden, into the which he entered and his disciples.
So he went in his garden, right? Keep going.
And Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place.
This loyal ass nigga. He knew where this place was. Keep going.
For Jesus oft times resorted thither with his disciples.
So he knew Christ was there all the time, right? He knew this. So keep going.
Verse 3. Judas then, having received a band of men.
A band of men. What does that mean, a band of men?
A group of men.
Not just a group of men, it's a group of armed men. Yeah. Yeah, that's what a band is. We're not talking about niggas who play the trumpet, you know what I'm saying? It has symbols, marching and shit, marching and stuff. We ain't talking about that. It's a band of armed men looking for this nigga.
And officers from the
looking for niggas. You know what I'm saying? How the way they had a mob, You know what I'm saying? The angry mob, with pitchfork and whatnot, shotguns and whatnot. This is what Judas came back with.
And officers from the chief priest and Pharisees.
So officers that was under the employ of the chief priest, the Theophilus and the TD Snakes and the Bryants, and what's that nigga who locking doors now? What's that cat's name?
You talking about
Fred Hammond? Is that his name? Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp. You know what I'm saying? Who locking the door? Close the door. Close the door.
Close the door.
Close the door.
Close the door.
I wish it would. Close the door. Who's going to let's get real. Them ushers in them churches, is old men and women. If I'm trying to get out, they ain't gonna stop me. Close the door. Just gonna hear boom, boom, boom.
That's it.
Close the door. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones who had some officers going to get Christ.
If I may, I was so lost in the sauce because I'll be damned. I was so lost in the sauce when I heard about him locking them up in there. I didn't even think that he was locking them in there. Like everybody else heard exactly what he's saying immediately. Like, whoa, what you mean lock the door? I just somewhere in La La Land. I had no idea that that's what he was saying because I'll be damned. I knew when I thought if I was sitting there, I wouldn't have thought he wouldn't let me leave. I wouldn't have thought that. What you mean close the door? Like what do you mean? Flies coming in or something? I would think everything else before I thought you would dare.
You know what would happen? You know what would happen? You remember that one time that pimp went up to the pulpit and slapped the priest? You ever seen that?
I think I seen something like that before. Was sleeping with his wife or something?
No. He just owed the nigga. The priest was sleeping with his hoes and he ain't paid. So he went up during Sunday mass with his pimp outfit on. He had the hat on. You know what I'm saying? Cocked to the side.
Really?
Yeah. Cocked to the side. Had his coat on that was over his shoulders with his cane. He just walked up.
Oh man!
Walked up to him. They was like, what's going on? And then boom.
I gotta see that.
And then boom, and slapped him. He went out of there in cuffs. He was like, yeah, man, this nigga owe me money. He owed me money. That's what should have happened with Marvin Sapp. He's talking about close the doors. Close the doors. Close the door. Nigga. Salakia. Let's keep reading.
Verse 3. Judas then, having received a band of men and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees, cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons.
Pitchforks and torches, right? And weapons. Swords. You know what I'm saying? This now everybody, okay, so Christ, people are saying church, actually, saying this is Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. This is Jesus, right? This is supposed to be our savior, right? This is supposed to be our king. Why do you need guns and knives and flings and all that stuff and billy clubs to subdue this nigga? Mm-hmm. Huh? Like why? Mm-hmm. You just need one YN to go and get this cat. That's all you need. One YN. Just get him with the ski mask and you good. You good to subdue this cat. That's it. But there's a reason why they went there with knives. You know what I'm saying? And a bunch of niggas. Let's keep reading. Now let's break it down with some real eyes instead of the Christian eyes. But find me the name. What somebody in the chat, give me the name of that Olympic break dancer. And just type it in the chat, Baba Kashar. Let's keep reading.
Jesus, therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, whom seek ye?
So he knew what was going on. He was like, what y'all niggas want? What y'all want? Who you looking for? Mm-hmm. Who you looking for? Right? Keep going.
They answered him.
Now
Jesus.
again. He sees this. He's running. He's putting people in front of him. Like, hey, yo, get me up out of here. Mm-hmm. Christ is like, yo, what y'all want? Mm-hmm. He went to the forefront. What y'all want? Keep going.
They answered him, Jesus of Nazareth.
Yeah, this is who we looking for. Keep going.
Jesus saith unto them, I am he.
That's me. What you want? What's up?
And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them.
With who?
With them.
With them. He stood with them. You disloyal bit. Disloyal ass niggas, yo. You want to do this to me? And there's a reason why he said, and Judas stood with them. He was like, and he's looking at Judas. That's what I imagine. Like, You had some?
Oh no, Adolphus put the name. Young man Adolphus put the name of that break gas. Rochelle Raygun.
Rochelle Reagan, yeah. Raygun. And she goes by the name of Raygun. Raygun. Okay. The water, young man Adolphus. Let's keep reading.
Verse 6. As soon then as he had said that to them, as soon then as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward and fell to the ground.
They went back and be like, what? Let's keep reading.
Then
that's power right there.
Right.
Let's keep reading.
Then asked he them again, whom seek ye? And they said, Jesus of Nazareth.
Come on, man. Who y'all want? Jesus of Nazareth. Keep going.
Jesus answered, I have told you that I am he.
Man, I said I'm him. Now what you gonna do? Come on, do what you came to do. Do what I'm ready. I understand what's going on. I know the plan. I know what's gonna happen. Keep going.
If therefore ye seek me, let these go their way.
He's like, hey, man, if you don't want me, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Come get me and let them go. Right? Keep going.
That the saying might be fulfilled, which he spake.
Saying might be fulfilled. So real quick, I wanted I remember when I believe, Command General YAHANNA was battling a whole ton of whatchamacallits, Muslims. And Muslims, I'm gonna call them like that. A whole bunch of Muslims. And he told the whole camp to get in the van, and he just bowed them by themselves. You know what I'm saying? He bowed them by themselves. And of course he won, you know what I'm saying? There was another time when Captain Shock was out of camp with General Katham, and something happened with the camera, and the cops was threatening, was making a whole bunch of wolf tickets, you know what I'm saying? And General Katham told everybody to get in the van, and it was, everybody got in the van, and he battled them cops by himself. You know what I'm saying? He giving them the business. If anybody knows General Katham, giving cops the business.
Right.
And General Katham came out on top.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm right.
So this just reminds me of, hey, like he's about to do battle, and his battle is on the cross. But he said, take me. It had nothing to do with this. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Verse 9, that the saying might be fulfilled, which he spake, of them which thou gavest me, have I lost none. Verse 10, then Simon Peter having a sword.
Then Simon Peter having a sword, having a tool, had that thing on him, had the ability, he uphold. On God, he uphold, right? Keep going.
And smote the high priest servant.
Now, this is the first act of violence right here. He upped the tool. They didn't have guns back then, but if they did, he would have, and shot this nigga ear off. You know what I'm saying? But he took up the sword. If anybody knows a sword, you know what I'm saying, something like this big. And if you don't know how to use a sword, you'll be all over the place. But he had the sword, and he didn't want to kill the dude, but he let him know that he meant business, which means he knew how to use the sword gracefully and masterfully to where he only cut his ear off. Again, this is the first act of violence, right? There's a gang of freaking niggas over here and it's 13-12, Salakia, because Judas is over there. 12 niggas over here. And one of the least does violence against the people who are armed, supposedly armed to the teeth and ready to arrest and fight. Y'all getting the picture?
Mm-hmm.
So Simon Peter drew the sword and cut this nigga ear off. What happens if two people are beefing, two groups are beefing, and someone throws a punch?
We all jumping.
We all fighting. We all fighting. Let's see what happens.
Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it and smote the high priest's servant and cut off his right ear.
Uh-huh.
The servant's name was Malchus.
Uh-huh.
Verse 11. Then said Jesus unto Peter, put up thy sword unto the sheath.
Okay, he didn't say stop fighting. Y'all niggas, stand down. He didn't say nothing like that. He just said, man, put your sword up. He just said, put your sword up. Now, why is that? Because they shook. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Scared to death, scared to look. If you know, you know. There was no fighting. There was no tussling. There was no, just like you said, if one group throws a punch, another one throws a punch, and another one, and another one, and another one. No, it was nothing like that. Christ just said, man, put your sword up, man. What you doing? What you doing? I'm supposed to, go with them. I already know what's going to happen, man. Put your sword up. Goes to show you another thing about, how the disciples really are. Instead of, we have to look it through the eyes of Christ, of the Most High, instead of looking at the eyes of Ray Gun.
If I made two things right, and I love always hearing about this story right here in Peter, man. What's like how that one though, it was soldiers that was rocking with Christ. Like to cut off the accuracy it takes to purposely cut off an ear
with
a heavy sword.
Yeah.
Peter wanted nothing to play with. The next thing was
you better believe it.
He cut the head. This Roman is on the ground, probably screaming his eyes out. Christ ain't get down there and break character. Oh my God, my holy son, are you okay? Come here. Let me patch that ear for you. Christ looked at his man and was like, man, go ahead, man. Put that away, man. Ain't no need to do all that.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't about to say it. He sit over here and break character, like how the Christian church think this Christ so cuddly and just, instead of just, kiss your boo-boos. You know what I mean? Like Christ right here, this is an example right here where Christ, you get to see what his characteristic was really like. You know what I mean?
You ever seen the book of Eli?
Mm-hmm.
You remember the scene where the dude they try to jump him and he was like, you touch me again, you're gonna lose your hand.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And then as soon as he went,
it was gone.
It was gone. Have you seen that movie? Oh man. Well, the dude Denzel Washington was like, touch me again, you're gonna lose your hand. He was like, nigga, please. You know what I'm gonna do? And as soon as he went out, boom, it was like lightning fast. He just drew the sword. It wasn't even so, it was like a machete. Drew the machete, cut his hand off real quick. That's kind of how fast, it was with Peter cutting this nigga's ear off. Now, it says that Judas was on the other side. Why he ain't cut Judas's ear off? Because Judas is a coward. He's a disloyal, fool ass bitch made nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't in arm's length of Peter because he knew, just like how the way Christ knew he was a fool, a disloyal fool. He knew Peter was about that, about that life. If anybody was going to do something like that, he knew Peter was going to be like that at this high point and what's going on. So he's like, Peter's over there, I'm standing over here. That's why, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't over there.
He's probably so pumped too. He probably didn't try to come, but like everyone was like, nah, you gonna rock with us.
Yeah, nah, you want, bring your ass, bring your ass. Yeah. Nah, I told you, he over there. Just over there. Just follow this road, and then you make a left, and then you will see the garden. Like, nah, show us. Come on. Come on, show us.
You scared?
Yeah.
You scared of Christ?
So, hold on. So yeah, he cut the dude's ear off, and Christ told him, put your sword up, man. Just put your sword up. Which goes to show you that these disciples weren't no punks. One disciple was a punk. You know what I'm saying? And his name was Judas Iscariot. But these disciples were no punks. They was armed. They was ready. They was ready for the, all the smoke. They wanted all the smoke. Come on. Bring it. Bring it. Come on. Come on, Cletus. Salakia. Keep reading.
Verse 11, then said Jesus unto Peter, put up thy sword into the sheath. The cup which my Father hath given me, shall I not drink it?
So he's saying, yo, am I not here to do the job that the Most High told me to do? And put your sword up. Keep going.
Verse 12, then the band and the captain and officers of the Jews took Jesus and bound him. And
okay. Yeah. So my point is to show you there was two people there. One was loyal and one was disloyal. One led the band straight to Christ, straight to Jesus, and told on him, snitched on, not snitched on him because Christ wasn't doing anything wrong, and told on him. You know what I'm saying? And told on him. And the other took up arms to defend his king. One is loyal and one is disloyal.
Right.
Now let's get a little bit of the reward that Peter got. Let's go to Matthew. Go back to Matthew 16.
Okay. Matthew 16?
16, yeah. Sorry, 17.
Matthew chapter 16 and 17. And Jesus answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven.
So he's saying, right? Blessed are you. So they asked, this is what the conversation that Christ is having with his disciples. He's asking his disciples, what do the people say of me? And they say this, they say that, they say, they think that you're Elias, Elijah come back. They think you're this, they think you're that. Then he says, who do you think I am? And Simon Peter says, man, you the Son of God. He was like, man, that's my nigga right there. That's my nigga right there. He was like, no one told you that. I know that, but no man told you that. So I know the Most High is with you. I know the Most High is with you. Keep reading.
Verse 18, and I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church.
Because the Most High is with you, you're going to be the rock that my church is built off of. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be the foundation. You're going to be the man in charge when I go. When I leave here, you're the man. That's due to his, his loyalty to the Most High and to Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our king says to one guy, your mother should have swallowed you. And it says to another guy, like, yo, you're going to be it. You're going to be the guy, the rock, the foundation when I'm gone. Who do you want to be?
That's right.
Who do you want to be? I want to be with Christ. I want to be loyal to Christ. So I'm going to do everything that Christ taught us, taught the men above us, and the men above us taught me. Just like I'm going to teach the men that's going to be coming up and is going to be sitting in this seat soon enough. You know what I'm saying? To the men who are preparing for the trials, the Hebrew Academy trials, Lord be with you, because we will not be. I pray you understand. With that, I pass the class over Recent Officer Barack.
All right, so the security announcements via the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under command of YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. means tenth in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'asher. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you get to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatever amount you like to give. The upcoming Holy Convocation is the Lord's 56th annual Passover in the I.S.U.P.K out there in Atlanta, Georgia, underneath Commander YAHANNA. You understand? That's going down April 12th is the actual Passover day. But of course, the Passover week is going to start way before that. That Wednesday, you're going to have that week is being kicked off with the slaughter of the lamb that's going down out there in Atlanta. With the events preceding after, you have the Hebrew graduation, you got the children's party, you got General Muhammad scripture breakdown, you got the fire all black party, you got the Passover, you got the nightlife, you got the Feast of Unleavened Bread, all of these things, you understand, going on for this week. You understand, of course, to emphasize it's a $200 Passover fee. You understand, don't wait until the last minute. Give your camp leader the courtesy, you understand, over your zone. You understand, whether you're in the school or not. Give the phone number over your zone, a courtesy call to let them know what day you'll be able to pay that. You'll be able to pay your $200 fee. You understand, so you can be a part of all of these events. You understand. If you have any questions or concerns involving that event, from the Passover fee, which is 17 years of age and above, must pay that fee. For your transportation, if you need living staying arrangements, you understand, you don't have a room, the hotel's just booked up. All of these different things, you understand, contact the camp leader. You know, we're going to use our sources to mend those problems together and give them some solutions. As well, as far as the Feast of Unleavened Bread, there's going to be a list that's going to be posted up. That's for the items that have leaven that you want to make sure is out of your house. Right. There's a list that's going to be posted up every year. Tune in General Muhammad's class. It should be coming up soon. General Muhammad normally speaks on it. As far as that list that comes up, if you have any curiosity and questions, you think it has leaven, you just want to ask it, you may ask that as well. And once again, that's April 12th. It's starting on April 9th is when these events are going to start. As well, tonight, Commander YAHANNA going live 9 p.m. The channel is called The Real General YAHANNA. Going live tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune in, like the page, subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, share it. All of those things, man. Going to support the truth and the growth of this truth. Is anything you want to add?
Man, Passover's coming up soon. Don't blame none of your issues on the Passover demon. You just slack. Get it together. And Lord allow, I'm gonna see you at the Passover.
All right. Remind Akim and Akwakim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and scarf. And with that, I say Amajim, which means to stand. Brothers only, sisters stay seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Star, which means the term. Sisters, you stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. So that's that.
Welcome to Atlanta. Christ, this Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April 11th, we got the black party that's gonna have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander YAHANNA.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King YAHANNA, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.
Shalom. This year for the 56th annual Passover, Commanding Junior YAHANNA will be offering babysitting services for free for anyone that pays their $200 Passover fee. For paid babysitting and registration for babysitting, please contact Officer Yardan at 773-970-4343. Shalom.
Man, your boy Pastor Troy going all the way up with you, man. You already know. Friday, April 11th at the atrium. Yeah, man. Doors open at 8 p.m. You already know we're going from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., man. You already know it's going all the way down. Your boy Pastor Troy, DJ Jelly performing live. And then we getting out there, man, Saturday, yeah, April 12th. It's going all the way down for the Passover. Yeah, man, you already know. At the Marriott Marquis downtown. Yeah, man, we're going from 5 p.m. to midnight. You already know. Hosted by Commanding General YAHANNA. Your boy Pastor Troy going to be in the building, man. Y'all boys holler.
Friday. You already know it's April the 11th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the infamous classic atrium. I.S.U.P.K presents the All Black Party with live performances by
Never see another
King
nigga like
Ty.
this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night.
144. Nakawan.
Niggas snitching in the act like bitches. That's why we undefeated.
Sean.
If I'm more, right, that's good business.
Natazai.
We in the game, coach. Fuck you, start.
Special guest from China Monet and Georgia's own Pastor Troy. 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. You already know I.S.U.P.K.com. Shalom.
If I told you go to hell, would you tell I cursed? I read
So I have to be honest and let you know that I screamed a little bit when I heard you say, "What's up, baby?" Ah, man, like what? What are we gonna do? Cause this is torture.
Just call my can't bleed and request me. Just call my can't bleed and request me. Just call my can't bleed and request me. Call my can't bleed and request me. Just call my.
From a spark to a flame, it burns bright. Like the feeling when you finally got my name right. Like a star in the dark, you provide light. Yeah, this could turn into something if we align right. I see you trying to change your life cause you want better. What I'm convinced in 6 months better is together. A story written for the ages, so in this short time, let's be open books. Explore pages like, are you down through all the changes? Jah finds out I'm an Israelite. I lose wages, how about the times and every month when you change phases? And after that, getting your cheeks clapped in different places. Matter of fact, I tell you now, you'll need leg braces. Cause after camp, do benevolence, sensations. And after camp, excavations and temptations. Move that damn hand, girl, that's a violation. Can you follow orders, I wonder? Cause when I'm mad, my voice sound like thunder. It's all love, my pretty dove. Just want you to be something that I'm proud of. It's my job to correct, so never disrespect. A white rose, you wanna be chose, I'ma hit your camp leader, see how it goes, and pray that he don't oppose, cause that's how this old UPK thing goes. Decently and in order so we escape woes. You really do impress me, and now I can't wait until your spirit reflects me. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you accept me, and take the steps to call my camp leader and
Just
request
call my camp leader and request me. Call my camp leader and request me. Just call my.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting excited. Oh, yeah. I'm getting excited. Yeah, I did hear that music.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.